Okay, welcome to 3.6. This is a start of our conversation about transformations of functions, and we're specifically going to talk about translations today. So first and foremost, we're going to identify the graph of the parent functions that we're going to be looking at. There's 4 parent functions to know. And then we're going to graph these functions looking at the horizontal and vertical shifts. Okay, so the first of our 4 parent functions is a quadratic function. This is y equals x squared, or f of x equals x squared. And when we graph these parent functions, we are going to look at 3 points. So you can see them highlighted on this graph here, but the 3 points that we need to know for a quadratic function are -1, 1, 0, 0, and 1, 1. Okay, and you notice that the graph makes an upward U shape. That's called a parabola. And what's not on here that probably should be are arrows. It is going to keep going in those directions. Okay, so that's a quadratic function. Second function we're going to look at for our parent function is the cubic function, which is f of x, or y equals x to the 3rd power. And again, we're going to focus on 3 points for this. It's -1, -1, 0, 0, and 1, 1. And if you notice, it kind of makes a sideways S shape. And again, what's not on here that could be are these arrows, because it's going to keep going in that direction. Third is the absolute value function. So absolute value of x. Again, the 3 points that we're looking at are -1, 1, 0, 0, and 1, 1. One thing to notice with this, that these are the same 3 points as the quadratic function, the first parent function we looked at. But if you notice, the graphs look very different. The quadratic function is a nice smooth U, and the absolute value function has a nice point and these straight lines at that come out, right? And then arrows here. So this absolute value function looks like a V as opposed to the quadratic, which looks more like a U. The last one is our square root function. So the points that we're going to look at are 0, 0, 1, 1, and then 4, 2. So this one does look a little bit different than the others. And again, we can add an arrow there. It's going to keep going in that direction. Our next point would be 9, 3. But we just need to know these 3 points and the general shape of these these parent functions, this one being the square root function. Okay, so what we're going to do next is look at these translations and apply them to our parent functions. So that's where the parent functions are really important to know, because we can't apply these shifts without knowing those parent functions. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at are vertical shifts. Vertical meaning up or down. So f of x plus c shifts the graph up c units. F of x minus c shifts the graph down c units. Okay, and if you notice that plus or minus c is on the outside of f of x, right? If we are going to look at our horizontal shifts, meaning left or right, what we'll see is that the shift is on the inside. That's how I always think about it. Okay, so the difference is it's f of x plus c, which shifts it left c units, and f of x minus c, which shifts it right c units. So again, hopefully you can see the difference there of the outside c plus c or minus c are outside of f of x, or the inside plus c minus c that are inside f of x. Okay, so let's start with just a few examples without graphing, but just looking at the shifts here. So we're going to identify the parent function first and then talk about the transformation. So the parent function in this first one, I see an x squared, so that's my parent function, equals x squared. And so the only difference that I notice is this plus 4, and that's on the outside, so that's telling me I'm going up 4. Okay, if I look at the second one, I see a square root sign. So my parent function is the square root of x. Okay, and if you notice, this plus 2 is in with the square root of x. So that is a horizontal shift, and that is going to go left 2. Okay, if it's plus, it goes left. If it's minus, it goes right. It's kind of potentially opposite of what you might think. So just remember that when you're writing these shifts. Okay. Third one we're going to look at, I see an x squared, or a value squared. So that's my parent function. And then here, if you notice, I have two shifts. So I have both a horizontal and a vertical. If we start with the vertical, I have a -2 on the outside. That's telling me I'm going to go down 2. And then this -3 on the inside is telling me I'm going to go right 3. Okay, and then again, I see a square root function. So that's my parent function. I see two shifts. So on the outside, I see a +4, which tells me I'm going to go up 4. And on the inside, I see a -2, which tells me I'm going to go right 2. And again, the shifts don't change based on what the parent function is. It's the graph that's going to look different. But when we talk about what's happening with the graph, it's consistent regardless of what parent function we're using. Okay, so let's look at a graph, right? So first thing we're going to do is, again, start with the parent function. I'm going to plot the points of the parent function so we remember what that looks like. And then we're going to write what the transformations are and then sketch our new graph. Okay, so if I'm looking at f of x equals x minus 2 squared minus 3. So again, I see that squared in there. That's my parent function. F of x equals x squared. And if you remember from when we talked about parent functions, the 3 points I'm going to graph are -1, 1, 0, 0, and 1, 1. And again, this is that U shape that we were talking about before. Okay, but now if I look at my transformations, my shifts, the inside one is telling me I'm going to go right 2, and the outside one is telling me I'm going to go down 3. So I'm just going to take all of these points that I graphed from my parent function, and I'm going to move them right 2 and down 3. Right 2, down 3. Okay, so this is where my new graph is, and now I'm going to actually sketch. Okay, and do your best again to make it look like a U, not a V. So it should be smooth instead of coming to a point. Okay, so that's what our graph would look like if we shifted it right 2 and down 3. Here's another one. This parent function is, I see a cubed, so the parent function is the cubic function, x to the third. So my points for that are -1, -1, 0, 0, and 1, 1. And although it looks like I could just draw a straight line through those, remember, from our parent function, this is going to kind of look like a sideways S. Okay. So now let's look at our shifts. So I have a +4 and a +2. The +4 on the inside tells me I'm going to go left 4. And the +2 on the outside tells me I'm going to go up 2. So again, I'm going to take each of these points and just move them left 4 and then up 2. Left 4, up 2. Okay, and then I'm going to just sketch my graph. It's going to look something like that. Okay, that's what that cubic function looks like. All right, last one. I see absolute value signs. So my parent function is going to be the absolute value of x. So those points for the parent function are -1, 1, 0, 0, and 1, 1. But remember, with absolute value, this is a v. If you need a trick, you can remember value is v instead of like the u with a quadratic. Excuse me. So now I look at the shifts. I see a +5 and a -2. So the +5 on the inside tells me left 5. The -2 on the outside tells me down 2. So I'm going to, again, move all these points left 5 and down 2. And I actually go a little bit off my graph here, but yours on your notes should work, and we can just pretend. And then remember, this is a sharp V versus the U of the quadratic. Hopefully your graph looks a little bit better than mine. You can use a straight edge if you need to, but that's the idea. Okay, so those are translations, shifting horizontal and vertical with our parent functions.